Hey y'all, today I'm going to do a video of doing someone else's makeup. My husband's best friend and girlfriend came up this weekend and she wanted me to do her makeup before we went out and did a little bit of shopping and went to the mall. So if you're interested to see how I did her makeup, then just keep watching. Okay, so first I'm taking a damp beauty blender, and this is hers, and I'm also using a bunch of her products, her foundation. I mixed a little of mine in to lighten it up a little bit and color match her. And normally I wouldn't use my fingers on other people, but my hands are washed and she didn't mind because we know one another, so it was all good. So I just took the beauty blender and blended that all over her face. Made sure it was nice and diffused and that she didn't have any lines. And she's got really fantastic skin. Excuse my tattoo that's just, you know, all up in the way. I fix that later. My arm's not in the way of the whole video. And of course I just, you know, put it in sections all over her face and blended each section out. And I just made sure it was, of course, blended down her neck. I took her Covergirl concealer and just dot that up under her eyes. And I also put it on the bridge of her nose and in between her eyebrows and on her chin. And took that same damp beauty blender and just blended that in. I did go in with a little bit of extra up under her eyes. I used the Makeup Forever HD setting powder and set her concealer. She doesn't really get oily, so I didn't have to set her whole face. Then I took the Hard Candy eyeshadow primer and I put that all over her lids, all the way up to the brow bone. And that is a Tarte concealer brush, I think. I did clean all of my brushes as well before I used them on her. I took a BH Cosmetics, it's just a fluffy shadow brush, and the Naked Smokey palette with the lightest color that's in there, and just set, well, it's the second, it's like the pinky color. I can't remember what it's called. Some of the palettes that I'm using are actually her palettes, so I don't have it on hand to go back and look. But I just used that to set down the primer. And then I went in with the Modern Renaissance palette and Burnt Orange, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Burnt Orange. And just put that in her crease as a transition color. Then I took a MAC 217 and went in with the Urban Decay Vice 2 palette and took the color Poison and put it on her outer crease. Just kind of blended it in lightly. It's kind of a darkish green color, so you can't really tell. But when we go back in later and deepen it up, you can kind of tell it's a greenish color. It's really pretty. I like that palette a lot. I took my Luxie 231 and went into the Smoky palette again and took the darker brown color and deepened up her crease a little bit more. She's got a lot of Urban Decay palettes, and she has all of the Naked palettes and the Smoky. So I used a bunch of different ones, so I'm sorry if I can't remember exactly what I used. And then I took that same pinkish color from the Smoky palette and put it on her lid again. Now this time I'm taking the Full Spectrum palette and just blending that into her crease a little bit lower with the same Luxie 231 brush. All of the Urban Decay palettes are really nice. I really enjoyed using them. I'm glad that she had them there for me to use. I used a little bit, you know, a few of mine and a few of hers as well, so that was nice. And then I took my WetNWild fluffy brush and just made sure that everything was blended and there weren't any harsh lines. I didn't have any extra color on my brush. And I took a flat shader brush and I tried to go in without any, you know, without wetting it first into the full spectrum palette, into that gold shade. And it didn't really work out. It was kind of giving me a little bit of fallout. So I wet my brush, and as you can see, that made it that much better. It's a really pretty color, but with the shimmery ones, you kind of have to wet your brush. I just used Max Fix Plus to wet my brush and apply that to her lid. And same thing, taking that fluffy brush and making sure that those two color, like the darker color and the gold, are blended together. Then I took Poison again up under her eyes, just to kind of tie in the bottom to the top. And this is a brush that I got from Walmart. It came in a set of a couple double-ended brushes. I got it, this is the first brush that I ever got, so I'm not really exactly sure what they were called. And then I took the really tiny, small e.l.f. brush that I have, and I went into the Modern Renaissance palette and took Vermeer and put it on her inner corner. Then I took an e.l.f. angled brush and went into just any black. I think we had I think there was a black in each palette that we used, so I'm not really, can't remember which one I picked. But I took a black shadow and just lined her eyelids and created kind of a wing. And then I took I took the NYX Micro Brow pencil in chocolate and did her eyebrows. She's got really great eyebrows. It was really easy to do because she doesn't pluck them like crazy. So it was really easy to follow the lines and keep them pretty even. And here you can see I'm just filling them in. Darker towards the end and kind of, you know, light at the front. And then brushes that I used to use this spoolie to brush all her hairs through. And did the same thing on the other eyebrow. And then I took, of course, my favorite Gimme Brow in shade 3 and just put that on top. I matched her really well, actually. And then, you know, took a little brush and cleaned up the spot. And then I took some more Vermeer and put it right up under her brow bone. Just using that as a highlight. I love this palette so much. The shades are incredibly pigmented. Then I took her Lorac contouring palette and just a e.l.f. It's like a tapered fluffy brush. I just got it from Target. I really like it a lot, especially for contouring. It's really nice and soft, and it helps make everything nice and diffused and not too incredibly harsh. So I just took, I pretty much mixed all of the shades together because I like the color that turned out from that, and just did a little bit of kind of bronzing and contouring at the same time. Then I just took a clean fluffy brush and swept that up under the bottom just to clean up a little bit. And then I took the lighter colors in the palette, like the yellow. I took the yellowish color and put a little bit along her cheekbones and in between her eyes. Some of the similar places that we put the concealer. then I took Benefit's Dandelion blush and a Wet n Wild brush and just applied a little bit of that to her cheeks. I wanted to keep it something kind of soft and simple because her eyes are pretty dark. And then I took the Wet n Wild highlighter and Precious Petals and a fan brush and just swept a little bit of that on her cheekbones, a little bit on the Cupid's bow, and some on the bridge of the nose. And then I took the BurtsBees lipstick. I can't remember what color it's in. It's really pretty, and these lipsticks have a really great formula. She's the one that showed them to me, and I just put that all over her lips. I took the Kat Von D Studded Kisses lipstick in just like a, it was like a clean doe foot applicator that I have, and applied that on top because I felt like it made the color a little bit lighter. I like the way it turned out. I really like the way that the Kat Von D looked on top of that pink color because the Kat Von D is kind of a little bit too nude, so it was really pretty. Then I took her telescopic L'Oreal. I took the L'Oreal Telescopic, which was her. This is her mascara, so don't worry. And put that all over her lashes. And then she showed me I think it's the Younique, like the fibers and then the mascara, where you put the mascara on and then you go back in with the fibers and then you go back in with the mascara. And so we did a couple coats of that, and I actually really love it. She's got already got really nice long lashes, but that mascara worked pretty well. And a couple different companies have that, you know, kind of fiber duo where you put the mascara on and put the fibers on. Then I took the Wet n Wild Skinny Mascara and put that on her bottom lashes. And I took just a regular black eyeliner and put that on her waterline. I think we're good. What do you think? In the mirror?
Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah, I love it.
You like the gold?
Yeah, I do.
Alright, I hope you enjoyed watching so much. I really enjoyed doing this look on her, and it was something that I just kind of did on a whim, and, you know, used a bunch of her stuff as well as a bunch of mine, like I said, and we had a lot of fun. So thank you so much for watching. Alright guys, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Please don't forget to subscribe. You're welcome to leave any comments you have down below. I will list everything that I used in the description box, so if you have any questions, just look there. It will be listed down below, like I said. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!